Gary St. Fleur. I run Save Scranton. I'm also running for mayor of Scranton. Today, I want to talk to you about the recent lawsuit that my group and I have filed against the Scranton government last week, Thursday. If you have been keeping track of the situation, this is our second suit against the city of Scranton regarding local taxes. Now, what about local taxes? Well, we've stated emphatically that the local taxes that Scranton has been collecting for the past 5 years has been past the legal limit. The legal limit that we're referring to is Act 511. Now, when we brought the suit the first time, the judge ruled that the rates, in particular, the local services tax, could be tripled. But we didn't argue that it couldn't be tripled. What we argued is that in total, the local taxes do have a cap, and that Scranton's distressed status does not mean that it cannot observe the tax or observe the cap, The judge basically implied that we are correct. He dismissed the case, but without prejudice. So that was an indication to us that we could refile the suit under what's called a writ of mandamus. Now, what a writ of mandamus is an order for government body or government official to obey the law. What we have in effect done is put forth a suit where the mayor and the business administrator have to follow the law. And what law in question? Observe the cap. Scranton has a cap based on Act 511, which means that they can only collect taxes on local level to the point of roughly $27 million. Anything past that would be illegal taxation. The current budget of Scranton has the government collecting taxes $10 million over the legal limit. We want that rectified. We want taxes lowered on the local level. It's not fair that the working class individuals who do work in the city have to pay to show up the government's lack of money and insolvency. We believe that the government should do what the recovery plan calls for and make cuts on the government level, renegotiate contracts, and make tough decisions that are necessary. They have neglected to do so. Instead, they've sold public assets and just raised taxes. Now, taxes are to the point where businesses are being driven away, jobs are not to be seen, and property values have been plummeting continually. The people beg for relief, and Save Scranton and the Group of 8 are here to make sure that that relief is made. Now, I also mentioned that I'm running for mayor. I believe that as an outsider, my outside perspective is what the city needs. In particular, my position that the city should file bankruptcy. I don't hold punches and I'm straight to the point. The city has been running on a current deficit for the past 25 years. It's been in distressed status for a quarter of a century. This obviously shows that there's a lack of political will on the government level to do what's necessary. The city is structurally unsound. The price of government or the cost of government to the Scranton people is unheard of. There have to be cuts on the government level. There needs to be a renegotiation of the employee contracts, and the pensions have to be handled. The debt services that the city is doing by offering these bonds is unreasonable. The interest alone is going to absorb the operating budget to run the city. Fundamentally, something has to be done. And this is why I advocate for bankruptcy. The bankruptcy will allow for outside party to look into the books, see where all this money is going, see where the mishaps and the unnecessary costs are coming from. In addition, it'll put the pressure necessary to make the proper changes that the government should have done a long time ago. Now, a lot of people might think this is a drastic step. The situation of Scranton is drastic, and it needs some big changes in order to rectify the situation. Once that happens, there will be enough room to lower taxes across the board, including property taxes. And this is the goal. The lower taxes will allow businesses to come here, jobs to be created, the people to have disposable income to drive the economics of this local region. This will mean prosperity for everyone, not just the government connected. I'm glad you're able to hear this podcast or video. I hope that you stay tuned because they'll be coming more and on a regular basis. God bless you and thank you. Have a wonderful day.